Okay, a couple basic Ki Gong sets that you can explore both just on your own practice and then as well if you want to incorporate it into your class. Arm swinging, super easy, basic. It's part of your basic 7 sets, and it's a nice warm-up. So you can have your students line up, or you can yourself do it. Be pulling from your shoulder blades, and think about creating space in your shoulders. So when you pull back, there's actually going to be movement, not just from the muscles, but the shoulders themselves have a lot of range of motion, and it helps you create space. It's really going to be great for any kind of tension, stress, or for us long-term martial artists, just weight we carry and injury. So natural stance, feet shoulder width, which could be the inside or the outside or the center of the foot, just something that's going to feel comfortable for you or your students. Pulling from the shoulder blades, relaxing, pulling, relaxing, just like pumping a swing, but think about movement in the shoulders. I would say for now, the arms could come up to the height of like what we call nipple line or belly button line. It doesn't have to be super high. You can talk with your students at this time. It doesn't have to be a breath-focused movement. This is not silk curling. Arm swinging fits into the set of rejuvenation exercises, just FYI. You can do it for as short or as long as you want. I would try and do it for a minimum of at least 2 to 5 minutes. Within a class format, you could talk about what you're going to do for class. You could do it at the end of class as a cool down, and have them listen to philosophy lessons, review, all that good stuff. The addition to this that you can practice is adding a bending in the knees every 5th swing. You'll see this done different ways. Some people do, I can't do one bend, I can't do it. Some people figure out how to do one bend. For me, it's a bounce. I'm pumping with my arms, so it's bounce, bounce. So I bend my knees as my arms come back, and I bend them again as they come forward. And what this bouncing does is it brings the circulation that we're generating in our upper thoracic cavity and arms, and it brings it down to our lower extremities. So for someone like me who manages edema and lymphatic drainage, this brings that into my feet, which is where it gets stuck the most for me. So there's an adage that says if you do this 10 times a day, it helps your circulation. If you do it 20 times a day, it'll get rid of illnesses. And if you do it, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you do it 30 minutes, it cures all diseases. There's some parable or adage about that. But this is something that is easy. It's part of your basic 7 sets, and it's something you can do personally anywhere, and it's something you can easily bring into it, opening or closing every class. When you finish swinging, I would encourage you to bring your hands forward, palms facing, and just listen. And when I say listen, what I'm talking about is using all of your senses to be aware of and pay attention to the palms of your hands, the pads of your fingers, and the space in between. I find that if I swing my arms for just a couple minutes and then I stop, there is a sensation of awareness between my hands that is different when I started. So one practice for you specifically could just be 15 seconds, 30 seconds, being aware, swinging for 5 to 10 minutes, and then bringing back here and compare and contrast. And give yourself the space or freedom to realize that every day it's going to be different, right? So that's arm swinging. The other set, this is not a formal set within World Ki Gong or so it's not one of your 7 sets, but it's a great exercise, and it incorporates the 3 basic movements out of the 4. So up and down is a basic movement, open and close is a basic movement, in and out is a basic movement, and then circles. So there's no circles in this, but what happens is, and I'm just going to do it with you right now, you start with your hands at your sides. The first movement is an opening movement, and the next movement is a closing movement. And you can just do that movement back and forth, open, close, The second movement is up. And of course its balance is down. So there's your Om Yang or Yin Yang. All these have an Om and Yang. The third movement is an opening up top. And again, you could just open and close up top. And the fourth movement is in, and its balance is out. So you've got up, down, open, closed, and out. and then you lower down, and then you open. So you've got open, closed, up, down, in and out in this little set. It's called the 8 directions of Chi or Ki. So what we do is we open, we close, we go up, we open, close, in, out, down, and open. So again, 3 basic movements, and in this set they aren't necessarily paired together. So the first one is paired. Actually it's not. We start with our hands at our side. You gather, so there's your close, but there's no open. You float up, there's up, but there's no down. Here we open and close, so there they are paired. We drift in, notice my hands are relaxed, scraping off my wrists. We push out, so there's a yin yang or paired. Then we lower down, and then we open. So I said a lot of information there, and I was like haphazard. So let's start again. We're just gonna do the set the way it's designed. Hands are at your side. You inhale and gather. You exhale and float up. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Relaxed wrist. Inhale, drift in towards the body. Relaxed, push out. Exhale away. Inhale, relaxed hands as you lower down. Exhale, disperse or open. Okay? So we have inhale, gather. Exhale, float up. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, drift in towards the body. Exhale, press away. Inhale, float down. Exhale, disperse. The goal would be to get into that, and if you were doing this as a personal practice, you would do it by yourself for 10 plus minutes and pay attention to the duration, how long your inhale and exhale are, and if they're 3 or 4 seconds at the beginning, to try to get them 4 or 5 or 6 seconds, so as you settle in, you deepen your breath. Okay? And no judgment, the ideal breath is about 5.5 seconds, inhale, exhale. And then when you change it, there's a purpose behind it. I want more Kan, I want more Li, I'm trying to increase energy, I'm trying to mellow down. So then we get into that adventure. But right now, they want to be kind of the same, whether it's 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, or 8. No judgment, but be consistent. And then the last one, you've probably done this before, silk reeling. There's a whole bunch of different silk reeling sets. The one I start out with is taking one hand, put our right hand behind our back. And the reason we do this is just to get it out of the way. So if your shoulder's tight, just rest it at your side. But we're gonna start with the other hand, your left hand, and it's gonna start across from the right hip. And it's gonna go off to the side and then turn the fingertips towards the body, go past the belly button, go off towards the left side, and then palm is up the whole time. And we're gonna come around, up over the top of the head, back off to the left side, coming through center line, and then over on the right side. So I've shifted into a bit of a horse riding stance because there's a lot of lateral movement, side to side movement. So as your hand is off to the right side, you kind of shift onto that side. As you come through center line, you can shift to the left side. As you come through center, you shift forward, up overhead on the right side, and around. What I want you to see here is there's 2 circles. There's a lower circle and there's an upper circle. And once you find the rhythm and the sway, you time your breath with the movement. So from here, you can inhale through your lower circle, exhale through your upper circle. You could inhale through your upper circle and exhale through your lower circle. People will discuss reasons for doing them one way or the other. Right now, whatever feels good is what I want you to do. Silk reeling specifically is about consistency of movement. So this flow needs to be the same. Again, if it's 5 seconds in, it's 5 seconds out. So they need to be balanced. Yin yang, they need to be balanced for right now. We're not trying to manipulate or change things. We're trying to just be balanced in our breath work. The movement is slow and fluid. When a silkworm is reeling its silk, if it goes too fast, the silk breaks. If it goes too slow, it gets stuck and sticky and isn't smooth and consistent. So silk reeling is the idea of a slow, consistent movement with your breath that is repeatable over time. So find the rhythm, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever it is. Find the flow in your body and your arm, and then work that rhythm smoothly and fluidly. The rule on this is you do the number, however old you are, is the number of reps you do. I wouldn't jump in on that level. Your shoulder's going to be exhausted. But start somewhere, and maybe that today, right now you're like, okay, I'm going to do 10 on my right hand, 10 on my left, see how that feels. And that's a full breath, so it'd be 2 circles. So it'd be inhale, exhale, 1, right? And maybe you do 10, 10, 10, 10. So that's 40. Okay, we're not doing so bad. But those are the 3 places I would encourage you to jump in on. And then from there, if there are specific sets of World Ki Gong that you're interested in, I can talk specifically to that. Or if you're wanting to advance specifically, we need to look at the basic sets and see which ones you know, or can figure it on your own, like seated meditation, standing meditation. You can kind of figure that out. Rejuvenation, I can show you the basic sets on rejuvenation. Arm swinging is in there. The other one is shaking, and then Ki Gong. So those, if you're interested in advancement and moving into yellow shirt, we can get you on that track as well. But those are 3, 2 are officially basic sets, and then there's the 8 pieces or 8 directions of Qi that I have found are very approachable or accessible within both bringing it into a Tong Sudo class, as well as just a place to jump into starting your own personal practice, which if you're going to bring it into Tong Sudo class, it would behoove you to have your own personal practice. All right, thanks for reaching out. I'll do anything I can to help you. Tong Su!